right, this is serendipitous timing. This is front end pairing time, and at the same time, Enrique identifies, oh yeah, there's a regression in our Web IDE, and I was like, hey, Enrique, you're online, and it's front end pairing time, and you found a problem. I'm gonna make you
What a
join.
coincidence.
I
What
know.
a what a good coincidence. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and to take a quick overview of the bug that we found recently in the Web IDE layout. So yes, I was working on something related and I noticed this um, white line here that is, well, thick line here. And it seems that this is related to a change, unrelated change that was fixing the layout of an alert in the admin section. Is this one? No, it's not this one. I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit of my tabs here. I think it's this one. So inspecting this element here, let me move the Chrome development tools to this screen. It seems that this element that contains the global alerts that appear in that appear in the application, it has this margin top property, and that's what is causing to be always visible. And this change was introduced here to fix an unrelated bug. But basically, it's a very global change. It applies to every part of the application. Basically, it means that when this element is not empty, which I think it's always like the element is never is never empty, so it always has at least one element. It's adding this margin top property.
Okay.
Um,
So does that white bar show up on every single GitLab page?
let's see that. Um, I don't see the alert wrapper in this page. That's interesting. Maybe it's because of the type of layout that the Web IDE is using, because it's
Yeah,
using the full screen layout, right?
it is. Yeah, it's a different layout.
So maybe it's good to check or look for another screen that is using a similar layout. Can you think of one?
That's using the full screen layout.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we have some other ones. Let me take a look.
Um,
We
maybe
have um
let me look for wikis, perhaps. Let me see, or even workspaces. I think no, it's something that it shouldn't have the sidebar. I think that's the
that's
main
the
characteristic.
yeah. There's only two that I'm saying. There is the IDE controller, and
Mm-hmm.
then there is the external redirect controller. So if you like visit someone's page, if you go visit Andre's user profile.
Okay, there would be Android like this.
I think it's like that. Yeah.
Yes.
And then if you visit his Mastodon, on the contact to the far right.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes.
I think the bottom one.
Mastodon. Yes. Okay. So
So
is
you're
this?
about to leave GitLab. But yeah, that one's not going to cause any problems because
Yeah.
so there's the alert wrapper that's there.
Yeah. So it only happens in the full screen layout. So let me move. Let's go to the editor here and let's see what we can do. I think like this is in layouts. Um, what is the name of this one?
It's full screen, is what it's called.
Ooh, okay, okay. So here it is. Yeah, and it always has some sort of items in here.
But
So
I think
Uh,
some of this was based off of the original layout though. So do we not have alert wrapper anymore in the original layout?
let's see. So there should be a default one or application one. I think like we actually have it, but it's just it is in a different place now. Let's see, layouts,
Oh my goodness. What is this thing?
layouts, heads. Let's see.
So in layouts page, we have alert wrapper showing up there, but it's inside of content wrapper.
Also, it is it's very nested, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Layout slash page. And then inside content, where in layout flash,
I'm looking at layouts page underscore page. Sorry.
so we have the content wrapper here. And then we have the alert wrapper. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's one avenue for the fix is this top margin. We only intended to do it for this kind of alert wrapper, not the other alert wrapper. So we could move that rule to content wrapper, alert wrapper, right?
Um, yeah, so do you want to create some sort of distinction, right? Between the two alerts. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to do so maybe like to add a CSS class selector here to distinguish that style, or do we want to distinguish the full screen one?
Um, I think we already have a distinguisher here, the fact that it's a child of content wrapper.
Yes, but I think that relying on the structure of the DOM is not the best route. It's
I
better to
mean,
be
yes,
like something more explicit.
I agree. That's true. Yeah. Uh,
Also, maybe we can just rely on let's see in how many places are we using this
alert wrapper.
wrapper element. Let's see.
I think it's just those places.
Uh, well, that's very good news.
Yeah.
So we can actually, maybe something that we could do here is just applying this margin to this element using a utility class. Oops, not the right place. Maybe we can just apply this margin here.
Yeah, it's hard though, because how do we know if it's empty or not at runtime? Because of the way we're doing it. There's not a data for us to look at. It's just based on all this rendering and yielding.
And what is the like how implementing this style globally compensates for that situation?
It's the oh wait, let me think. So you're thinking in the CSS still having the not empty thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that
this
makes sense.
the
Yeah,
distinction. Like it's just like if it is not empty, but
yeah,
in this case, like this will never be empty. So definitely we don't want to apply it to apply that style
yeah, I
to
agree.
this element here.
Yeah, I like it. So are we thinking of creating a new class called like MT3 when not empty? It rhymes.
Yeah. Hmm.
This is when I don't really care what it's called.
Yeah, I
uh,
just wouldn't tie it to any specific.
any specific number, almost like
Yeah.
we could tie it to alert wrapper specifically and just call it alert wrapper,
Yeah.
top margin.
Yeah.
And just get at that.
Can we call it top space? Just
Sure. Yeah.
because I feel margin is still very specific. Who knows? Someone might decide to change it to padding for some reason in the future.
This is true. At one of my first first software teams as a in my career, we had a CSS class that we used all over the place called 20 top, and it had 20 pixels to the top, and yeah, everything was styled with 20 top and tables.
And then they changed it to rems and it was all screwed.
I know. Nice. Yeah. And yeah, I like it being it doesn't need to be within it. I mean, what do you think of just putting it next to the dot alert wrapper?
Yeah, that's good. So I feel like the less nesting, the better.
Yeah. Cool. I love it.
In a way, do you know if we have tailwind classes that have this selector?
That's a really good question. I'll look that up in Tailwind.
Let me see if we have that kind of modifier. I don't know, that sounds like too specific. We have
Yeah.
some states. Where's last? Maybe empty.
Styling direct children. Or yeah, or would they have it? Oh, also includes modifiers for other structural pseudo classes. Oh, see the pseudo class reference. Oh my gosh, are we going to solve this with the Tailwind utility class?
Maybe. Let's try.
Can you hop into the pseudo class reference? There's a
where
link.
is that?
There's a link on the
Okay.
there we go.
It was right in my eyes. Let's see. Empty.
Do they have a not?
Oh no. Nope.
So
No.
so it wouldn't quite work.
So maybe no. Maybe it's just like, since this is such a global style and such an exceptional case, it's okay to define our own class selector.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's add that class here. And let's
do it.
let's do it. Let me see if my GDK is accessible.
Was there anything secret in the terminal that just popped up?
No. Sorry,
Can
could
you
you repeat that again?
Yeah, this is a recording, so just let me know if anything pops up that would need to be clipped out.
Oh, I think that so far it's been good.
Okay.
But
Well, you had a terminal
I
pop.
got my notifications.
Yeah, you had a terminal.
I'm gonna watch the recording like 10 times now.
You had a terminal that popped up, and I was like, "Oh, was that intentional terminal? Is that a happy terminal?" Yeah, it's a happy terminal.
Yeah, it's a happy one. It's just like a Docker container.
Oh wait, this is a container for. Were you doing the workflow testing, or is this workspaces?
Oh no, this I'm experimenting with nginx rules for hosting the Web IDE on a separate
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I always, you know, you got to go through a VPN if you want to SSH to evil.com. Our point management systems, they blocked that one. Do you see Julio made these cool illustrations for the GDK?
Oh, it was she. I was
Yeah.
talking with Joseph yesterday, and I was telling him like sometimes I wonder who is making all of these cool illustrations.
Yeah, she is like she's a beautification machine of she is really wants to make GitLab
Beautiful. Yes.
beautiful. It's great. I love it.
And you should see her CSS presentations and talks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
She does amazing things.
She has a really cool MR of adding animations to icons. So like if you toggle like descending and ascending, like the icon will animate, or if I do a reaction, the icon will animate. Like that's really fun. So I love that she's doing that.
Yeah, she's definitely the CSS pro here.
Yeah. At the same time, she has another one. She has another MR where she's migrating the button component, and it has so many comments on it, and it's an MR that makes me nervous because it's like the button component is touched everywhere. Everything uses the button component, but she's done a good job of trying to minimize the risk. I'm like super risk averse. I'm like trying to really minimize it.
Yeah, but like we that have like many years here know that the other alternative of creating one issue for every CSS class instance doesn't scale either. So it's I understand why the paper cuts team wants to move faster.
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on now with my GDK? Enrolling in secure mode. Oh, I know what's going on in there.
Is this related to Nginx stuff?
Yes, I just like created a rule to I was experimenting with a rule to make sure that you cannot access to the VS Code assets from the main GitLab application domain.
Oh, nice. It works.
It works. Let me fix that. Should be like a deny rule somewhere. Hmm. Seems like I have to restart the process because the GDK update reverted that.
Hmm. Do you want me to try to run it on my end? Because it sounds like you got some stuff that you're in the middle of working on. I don't want you to stash it.
No, it's like even reverted now.
Oh, okay.
So I just need to I think that I just need to restart.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
There's no little bar.
No little bar. And then I think like another thing that we have to do here is testing the actual bug that was fixed elsewhere. So let me apply that patch and check that part of the application as well.
Did you already recreate the bar on your local GDK so that we know that did the local GDK have did we recreate the issue, the original
Oh,
our Web
that's
IDE issue on the local GDK?
let me recreate that as well. Let me check out.
Or do you want to stash or are we
I just going to I see yes, I'm going to stash that. I just going to revert
I
the
see.
the
Yeah, yeah.
SQL dump file. So let me stash that. And let's recreate that issue. Oh, it was immediate in there because I'm using byte, so it was immediately evident. I'm reloading now.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. Great. Cool. So we fixed it. That's good. Oh, can we? I'll take a picture.
Like to compare to submit in the
And the
merge.
merge request. Yeah.
Let me. Oh, this is so big, such a big window. Let me just make it a little smaller. Um, um, let's do up there. Why my stashing is so slow today?
Yeah, you seem like things are going a little slow on your.
Yeah.
You must be running some containers.
Take a
Nice.
picture of that. And now let's reproduce the other one. So let me. What am I doing? Okay, so the instruction says they can just access this. And I have to look for the subscription expired header. Yeah, it looks good. Well, there is something here that I don't know if it is related. Because it doesn't have any text.
But the issue is actually just the
It's just
container.
a layout issue, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fixed.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's push it up. Um,
Um,
this is so I think in this kind of situation, I think I can review and merge it. Or do we really not like doing that? If we paired on it together, do we really want to do we get someone else to review and merge it?
it's because like you were like somehow involved in the solution.
I don't believe in those concepts of like the one reviewing it if you like were the one that gave some thoughts about it. I don't understand that. I get it, but I just don't subscribe to that purist mentality.
Yeah, it seems a little yeah, it's it's a very strict interpretation of it's gone beyond its usefulness. Uh
Yeah, I feel like you could more liken this to this person did the work and you kind of are doing a sync review of it right now. I would more think of it
yeah,
that way.
yeah,
Otherwise, you feel like you lose the ability. It feels like you're trying to say I lose the ability to be objective about my review.
yeah, yeah. Uh I'm always objective. I'm always I know that too.
As long as you recognize like your own bias towards your own suggestions or input to here, that's
It's
okay.
funny how like that is like there's no more damning evidence than to say I'm always objective. Is like, oh no, you clearly are not.
Never, never. But as long as you can step back for 5 minutes and say like, what other solutions, then I think you're fine.
No. That's funny. I'd love I as much as frustrating it would be, I'd love to interact with the engineer who's like, it's okay for me to review and merge my own code. I'm always objective. I'm able to do this where they just have like a split personality that they try to embody to. Oh, do you do the commit messages through VS Code?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's fancy.
I like that it has like some indicators here. I don't remember when I changed it and why though. I think that it was experimental. I
Mm.
wanted to experiment with the rebase editor of VS Code, and then I kept it. I kept it like that.
Wait, does VS Code have a like its own rebase editor?
Yeah, it has like a, but it's like also like I think like with Vim is also completely fine. I think like
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
I like the simplicity of just like editing the text.
Yes, I agree. And I abhor um VS Code's three-way merge, like the fancy merge conflict editor. For me, it makes so little sense compared to editing the Vim merge, just the text of the merge conflict. Uh, but that's really interesting. I didn't know that they have a fancy UI for rebasing. That makes a lot of sense. I wish GitLab had a fancy UI for rebasing. It would be so sweet if I could uh like where we have resolve merge conflict button, but if I could say, oh, I want to schedule rebase, and then it shows up a little editor and I can give it a command to give to Gittily to like, oh, here we're gonna squash this and rename it to this or whatever. Like that'd be really sweet. Did you go to any of the create team day stuff?
Oh no, I haven't done that. I honestly like I wanted to focus more on just having a quiet and focused day and doing investigating the Web ID project that I'm working on.
Nice.
What about you? Have you participated in some sessions? What have you been doing? Like playing games?
You sound so judgmental, Enrique.
Oh, I didn't mean it like
No,
That
that.
does sound,
I
that
was
does
just
sound
thinking
like,
like,
I'm joking. I'm joking. Enrique's like, no, I really wanted to work on this, enhanced problem I'm working on. But what have you been doing? You've been playing some ball?
you've been screwing around while I've been working over here.
I mean, like
I know what
that's
you mean.
what you.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Uh, no, we're I didn't get to. It's always hard for me to join because it starts late last night and then like when I'm asleep, and then the first one is during code review weekly workshop, but the next one is kind of during lunchtime for me, and so I always have a hard time joining them. Uh, but I know Andre's got to be having fun. He's playing games.
I really like I really like the game of GeoGuessr. Guessing
Yeah,
the
I'm
random
so bad
location.
at it. I'm so bad
That's
at it.
always so nice. And there is this game about playing charades.
Really?
Yeah, the one that is like drawing something. You have to guess
Oh
what.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Ade, did you go to the any of the team day meetings?
No, I think there's one in like 30 minutes. No, it's like
It's
an
like an
hour,
hour and a
an
half.
hour 30. Yeah, I want to go for that one. But I love GeoGuessr.
Are you good at it?
It depends.
Okay.
It depends. I've been very good in the past, and then sometimes I just bombed it.
Yeah.
The one coincidence I have, this is the only story that I share with GeoGuessr is there was a time a picture showed up and I knew the exact spot that was in Berlin because I had lived in Berlin and we're playing GeoGuessr in Canada. I was like, I know this street, I know this door. So I
That's
went, I put it, and I got a really high score. And everyone was like, fuck off, go away.
that's awesome.
Yeah. It was one of the more touristy places in Berlin.
Okay. I feel like when I play with other when I play with GitLabbers, it just shines a light on my typical American geographic ignorance of just I'm embarrassed playing with all these people that are way more well traveled than I am. Uh Andre really likes it. He loves it. He always mentions this guy that's like the GeoGuessr expert. He's able to identify things based on telephone poles, like in the styles of different like the different infrastructures that these different like cities and stuff have. It's always interesting.
That's some people are incredible, really. Like it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if I've been in a country. Like there are like such a specific locations that I couldn't guess like where it is. I think like this UX blog. Yes.
So we had so in that thread it said, oh, John was recording a demo. I didn't know if he was giving a demo like very soon. He was like, hey, I'm giving a demo pretty soon, and this bar is here. It's like, oh man. Hopefully customers are forgiving. Oh, what's that? You have a fancy thing on your text editor, like while you were doing stuff, it was like annotating what you were saying.
It has this was a change that was made for security reasons. I think that there was a vulnerability that was based on introducing quick actions into comments in GitLab, and the user didn't know that those quick actions were executed. So to fix that, like to give the user a visual cue that there is a quick action in a comment, when you execute when you add one, I think that it tries to tells you like, oh, this is like the result of executing this action and that you are adding it.
That's interesting. That's really funny. It's interesting. Do we have like custom quick actions yet?
I don't know. I don't think so. That would be very, very amazing. Although like we are trying to make all of these way more powerful with the GitLab query language and the work items. That's has a lot of potential.
I know that we have like dual workflow, but I know that Plan is also working on or Natalia was working on a plan, i.e., I mean Natalia was working on a like a whole like custom webhook workflow kind of thing of like issue opened and here's a whole workflow that you can spin up that like um so we don't this would basically effectively replace triage bot, but it's in the product so people can create their own like behaviors off of these kind of things. Webhooks isn't the right word, but I thought that was called workflow. But I know that we were then talking about like, oh, we could do quick actions from there. That would be really sweet. Cool.
And then connected with the dual workflow, right? With the AI agents. That's where the potential is, where everything is connected.
Yeah, we gotta invite Duo to the party. He gets upset when he's not invited. All right, cool. Hey, thanks for working on this. I'm glad we solved it. I'll approve and set the thing to merge. And is this? Do you know if we still do like pick into auto deploy stuff? Do you know?
I don't know. I will have to investigate. I can take a look into the
Okay, if we need to add a label like that, let's do it. I'm gonna try to. I got a meeting at the top of the hour, but I'm gonna try to grab some breakfast between then. So I'm gonna hop off now. All right, thanks so much.
Good to see you, everyone.
Bye.